Aquarius, my name is Echo and thank you for joining me for your June 2025 tarot reading. As I throw this reading, we are in a new moon in Gemini energy, which is all about communication. We're not going to take that card because we're still talking, which is all about communication, a very social, lighthearted energy, and air energy like yourself. So be sure you're setting intentions during this new moon as we go forward so you can harness that which you are looking to change or create in the month of June. Without further ado, let's go ahead and throw some cards and see what is coming up for you. We start off with the card of me. I allow serenity to reign in me. The love I have for myself invites harmony to settle within my being. I listen to, honor, and strive to fulfill the needs of my soul. So, there is a saying that goes out there, and I believe it was Socrates, Plato, and it is actually in the Christian Bible to know thyself, okay? And feel free to correct me on who those were, Socrates and Plato, but I'm feeling like those are the names who actually said it is important to know thyself. So the beginning of all change and all creation in our life has to start with ourself, right? Because this is your journey. This is your story, and you need to consider what your purpose here is. And I really feel like in the month of June, you're going to be doing exactly that, Aquarius. You are a very forward thinker, the person who likes to be 2 steps ahead, the person who is planning for the future, okay? The innovative spirit, if you will. I'm an ascending Aquarius, so I know what I'm talking about here. And yes, we can seem a little bit outlandish from time to time with that Aquarian energy. I feel you there. And I had a recent moment with myself where I really sat. My own reality doesn't exactly have to be everybody else's. Not everybody in life is going to agree with you, Aquarius. In fact, many people won't even understand you. And the way to look at it is pretty much like you would, say, a wise wizard, okay? And chuck the ego. I'm just talking about the picture here, okay? If you take someone like Gandalf or Merlin or the great wizard energy who knows things that will carry us into the future, these individuals are not bothered by what other people think of them. They are learning from experience how to transmute energy in a way that will serve not only their existence on this planet to teach and lead other people, but the people that they are teaching and leading. We're very much leaders, but servants to the public in that way, okay? So if you allow serenity to reign in you and make peace with the fact that you're not going to be everyone's favorite subject, not everyone's going to understand you, it does just that. It allows a love for yourself and invites harmony within your own well-being. So be sure you're considering yourself in real time in the month of June, Aquarius, and the life that you want to create for yourself and not just everybody around you, okay? I hope that makes sense. But let's go ahead and throw some tarot cards and see what the month of June has for you. You have the Emperor in reverse, the 4 of Pentacles, and the 2 of Wands. All right, here we are. So the Emperor in reverse tells me that you've been taking great responsibility, not just for yourself, but for the people around you. And you're very aware of where society as a whole is not doing the very same. And this can be a little frustrating for you sometimes because while you're willing to be the leader, not everyone is willing to step up to the plate and take your advice. Not everyone is willing to put in the work on self, let alone doing anything for society. So you're very aware of where you're stepping into responsibility and other people are not. This also indicates that there may be times during the month of June where you're willing to put responsibility down to keep that energy light, to keep your own light protected and your own vibration high. And that's fine, Aquarius. Just because we are leading the parade does not mean we can't, stop and pace ourselves once in a while. If you've ever watched a parade, say the Thanksgiving Day parade, okay, for example, that runs through. They go through all of town, but if you've ever watched the parade, people are normally waiting for that one float or that one individual to appear, right? And everything in between, the dancers, the musicians, they're wonderful and they bring a very creative energy. But if you're not stopping to appreciate them, why did you come to a parade? Why didn't you just go look at a picture of this figure or this float you're wanting to see? Watch a 2-second video snippet of something from a previous parade that was still there. You came for the entire show. And I feel like you're kind of frustrated in the month of June with people who do not see the entire show. So you are pulling back from being the entire show when you feel like it's unappreciated, to give those selves and that passion, the dance, the music, the joy of life, the joie de vivre to yourself, okay? Which may mean offloading the responsibilities other people put upon you. Here you have the Four of Pentacles. The Four of Pentacles is actually my card of the day. If you haven't seen that reading, go ahead and take a look. I drop shorts every day about the tarot cards, and I will be moving on to oracle decks as well that help teach people the tarot. The Four of Pentacles today was the card of the day, and here it appears in your reading. It is a reminder that it is okay to value stability and sustainability in life, because we are all here. We have to pay bills, we have to do the things, keep the roof over our head, etc. But we have to be wary of things like greed. When you are retaining your own energy, when you are pulling back from giving to everyone else and being responsible for everyone else, you are protecting your own energy. This is not an act of greed. Taking from other people to put on top of yourself when you already have enough for gain, to be higher and higher above other people and have more, that becomes greed. When you hoard energy for yourself consistently, that is greed. So you're being reminded of what greed actually is, and to indicate that you are not acting with greed at this time. You are trying to protect what is yours, your own value, your own worth, your own day-to-day, okay? So I really feel like this isn't you being greedy with your energy, okay? It's all right, don't worry. In the month of June, you also do need to be aware that while we are looking for sustainability, being wary of greed, not everybody is in that same energy. Some people are taking from you and expecting you to jump in and look after them so much that you forget the me. They are being greedy. But the universe is an infinite giver. Blessings are abundant. If you don't see them readily available when you come calling, find your peace, reevaluate where your serenity comes from, and do as the me card indicates, okay? Listen to, honor, and strive to fulfill the needs of your soul, not your everyday needs, not, the bills, the this, the that. Those will come. Fulfill your soul, fill your cup, and find your own peace, and the rest will follow through, okay? Next, you have the Two of Wands. The Two of Wands, again, is about bearing responsibility, okay? Carrying the weight of the world. As the individual in here has the weight of the world, he also has the infinite possibilities, which I feel is you. When you put energy out there, you're very confident that it's going to come back. You've seen it in dividends, and this is why you lead. This is why you put out, because you know Spirit will give back to what is due you. But he also has this domestic, cats in the tarot are very magical energy. They're about that which is familiar to us, but often unnoticed, okay? The hidden spark of magic that hides in our everyday life, okay? But it talks very much about our domestic, the personal energy. And I feel like you're doing this. You're balancing the needs and the weight of the world, the responsibilities and the blessings that come with it, along with your own personal needs, your own personal responsibilities, that which you desire. And doors are opening to you that will allow you to address each situation accordingly. Is this door for me, or is this door allowing me to serve the greater good? Given we are in this new moon in Gemini, you are considering the world around you. And this whole reading is like a reminder. Yes, you're taking care of everyone around you, the macrocosm, but do not forget to take care of the microcosm, Aquarius. Do not forget yourself in the month of June. So I have a new oracle deck, which reads very much like an 8-ball or the crystal ball here on the card. I love this work. It's very sketch, like sketch energy. It reminds me of something you would find in one of my journals, because I like to sketch. It helps me think. It's a very Aquarian thing to do. So I'm sure you have doodled a time or two as well, like in class or whatever. But if you have a question in your mind at this time, Aquarius, go ahead and ruminate on that which you would like answered in the month of June while I shuffle the cards, and we will find the answer in just a moment. What answer do you have for my Aquarius and their question in mind in the month of June? What answer do you have for my Aquarius? All right, let's go ahead and draw your card. You have no. So if you are stressing about a situation where you feel like you're letting people down because you're not taking on the responsibility and bearing the weight, the answer is no. If you're fearful of what you may not get, the answer is no. You don't have to worry about these things. If you're worried about someone else stepping up to the plate and taking the responsibilities off of you, again, the answer is no. But this means that you need to take the time for yourself to find your own peace and let those things go. As indicated in this card by the skull, the skulls are the bone structures of an animal or any, living being. That which upholds the meat, the skin, etc. Okay, the living being that everyone sees on the outside. But the foundation is you fulfilling the needs of your own soul so that you can let all these other things go. Those other situations are the flesh and the skin of the situation, the stuff that will eventually die away, dead, done, over with. But the bones, your foundations will remain. They are everlasting. Your energy will carry on. So you do need to be forthcoming with yourself. You need to be honest and look after yourself as much as you do everyone and everything else, and stop feeling responsible for the universe. If you are called to something that desperately needs your attention, you're an open conduit to this in the month of June, Aquarius. You always have your ear to the ground. Absolutely. But that does not mean you need to bear yourself down, because when the weight becomes too heavy, it keeps us from moving forward. It keeps us from that lighthearted energy we are known for. So thank you for joining me for this reading, Aquarius. I like this, and I thank you so much. I want you to have a wonderful June. My name is Echo, and I will see you soon.